The other day, a friend reminded me of this mural I'm standing in front of right now, thanking Americans for their support of Ukraine. I think it's called Sunflowers for Ukraine officially. It made me think our town has an increasing number of murals around town now, just in the State College borough alone. So I've got my bike with me today. I'm heading out for a chilly winter ride to see if I can catch a glimpse of our State College murals. Come along for the ride. This next one is at Riviera Apartments. It's kind of a interesting abstract piece of art. Gone up, I think, in the last 2 years or so. I don't know the name of it. Can't seem to find any information online. But it's pretty cool, and I like the way it changes this somewhat old brick apartment building into something a little different. All right, another one on an apartment building. This one's on the Parkview Apartments on Hamilton Street. It's kind of cool. I don't know if it's the same apartment company, but they've chosen a similar kind of abstract art possibility, and again, adds a nice splash of color to an otherwise generic looking student apartment. Up next is this very long, low wall here. This was a community art project called Color Block, in which the artist invited State College folks to come and add color to this, what had just been a concrete wall. Pretty cool. One of the newer murals on this list is coming up here. It's at the new Olive Tower. I think it's called Nittany Lion. Not sure if you can see why, but it's a Nittany Lion, and it's a long mural on this wall, which if you visited SCLO Library by car, you get to see it as you exit their parking lot. Speaking of which, SCLO is where our next mural will be. All right, this mural is at SCLO Library. It's got a phoenix and a dragon, and it's one of my favorites because it was done by a local artist named Margolo, and she invited the community to join her. You can see it's titled Once Upon a Time, and the pieces that the community participated in are the leaves and the stars on the side portions. I think I even colored one of those, maybe two of those in myself, and definitely my kids did too. So it's kind of a cool way to incorporate the community into our local art. Again, didn't have to go very far for the next one. This one here is by local artist Michael Pilato. I think I'm saying that right. It's an interesting forced perspective. This is a flat building, but he's made it look like you can actually see in through this wall into a garden space. I think this one is called Children of Arts Fest. Kind of a neat idea to incorporate some faces of kids in our town. I even like this little kid up here peeking out of the window. I almost forgot about this one right above the Panera awning right here. There's a little mural, another one of Michael Pilato's. I think this is called Center Region or something like that. Kind of an interesting mural because you can't actually walk up close to it. You have to sort of see it from across the street or across the way. An interesting one though, nonetheless. All right, density of our State College murals continues. This one is by William Snyder III. I think it's called Wild Geese. It was a community art project as well, if I'm not mistaken. People could add color. It's on the side of Webster's, another great supporter of the arts here in our community. We'll see a couple more just around the corner here. All right, next stop here, I'm at 3 Dots, just around the corner from Webster's. There's some mural stuff here, a snake and some colors, flowers up over their main windows. And then if you come around the corner here, you have this incredible entryway mural, also done by Margolo, who did the SCLO Library stuff. There's also a upside down or I don't know, ceiling mural here. It was done by a different artist. Pretty cool to take that one in. I was gonna say, I think I know who did this one, but I don't see a signature, so I cannot confirm. But we're gonna move on, continue on our way. All right, again, I'm loving this theme of taking old apartment complexes like this one here at Alexander Court and brightening them up with some public art. This mural is pretty cool, abstract again. Then right across the street here, this one at Cedarbrook has a bunch of geometric shapes as well. There's another one just down the street. Right next to Cedar Court is Beaver Hill, another very similar gray apartment building that in the last few years has been spruced up with. Very similar geometric shape mural, pretty cool. All right, this is another cool one. This is called Colors of Music, put together as a community art project. More than 400 people added an element to this one. I really like the piano keyboard there along the window. It's a pretty cool touch. A really neat art project, and I'm glad that a lot of people were involved. I think it's been here longer than we've been in town, but it's a cool one. All right, another important Michael Pilato mural. This one is called Inspiration, and it has the faces of actual community members who have inspired and left behind a legacy. Some of these people have passed away, and there's an important one on here, at least for me personally. I got to know Christian and Elizabeth Brady during my time as a campus pastor at Penn State, and their son Mac died of a sudden and unexpected illness. And Michael was kind enough to add Mac to the picture here. I happened to be meeting with Christian randomly for unrelated something the day that Michael called him and Elizabeth and said, it's time for you to put your handprints as family members on Mac. And so you can see that, and you can see handprints on a lot of the folks here who had special ties for the people who were on the wall. All right, another important one for me here. This one is on the side of the Abba Java Coffee House here at St. Paul's United Methodist Church. Abba Java is run by my pastor colleague Sarah, and a huge variety of staff and volunteers. This embodies what they are trying to do here with this message. You are loved, you are welcome here. This was painted by a couple of their student interns, and it's a pretty cool piece of art. You see lots of people posing and taking pictures with it. And I'm glad it's a part of our community. It's a good message, and I hope that we all embody it. It just dawned on me while I was filming here the density of our murals. You can see I'm standing right beside this one at Abba Java. There are two of the ones there on the apartment complexes. We are just around the corner from Michael Pilato's Inspiration mural, and just ahead is the next one that I'm going to. I can already see it in the distance. All right, we've got this cool octopus here right across the street from Yala Taco. It's got references to the tavern restaurant, to the corner room, to SCLO Library, State Theater, and of course our love here of football. It's a pretty cool one. I like the vibrant colors, and supposedly when they were deciding what was on it, someone said, why an octopus? And someone else said, why not? And that's pretty cool too. All right, trying to get this all in one shot here is a little tricky. This is on the corner of the Pew Street parking garage. Again, taking a somewhat generic concrete building and adding a splash of color. I believe this is another William Snyder art piece. It is not named as far as I know, but really does brighten up this little corner of downtown. While I'm here, I did not have this one on my list, but I noticed recently that an artist has added a splash of color along Calder Way here by painting the windows of some unused building rental spaces here. I don't know how long it's planning to be up here, but again, I'm glad that it exists. Brightens up our community. One of the older downtown murals is the one that runs along the bottom of this building here. It is intentionally made to look like it's peeling, but I think it's been here as long as we have lived in town, so over a decade. It does stretch around the corner and continues down Calder Way here. Calder certainly, as you can see from the ones that I've already shown in this one, greatest density of murals. There's one right over my shoulder here on a doorway. Pretty cool as well. And we are about to get to perhaps the longest mural in State College at the corner of Calder and Allen. As I cross over here through our beautiful rainbow crosswalk, it's faded a little bit. We're getting into dreams in flight, dreams take flight. It's a pretty extensive, full story mural. Lots of whimsical stuff. I think the items that were on here were actually voted on by community members. They took suggestions. There's flags from different parts of the world, including Canadian flag. And at night, it's illuminated by neon lights that are running along the length of the alley. All right, behind me, we've got one that was an Arts Fest project. A whole bunch of blue and yellow handprints in support of United Way. The big title there, Live United, and it goes all the way down there. It's just a little alleyway wall, but kind of cool to have that here. I don't know anything about these panels here on the back of this building along Calder Way. If anyone has any information, I'd love to hear. Put it in the comments down there and tell us about it. Kind of a mixture of community scenes. This one looks like football fans, but it's got a Michigan State jersey though, so I don't know what the implications are there. All right, another really new one. This one is called Remember When, kind of a market scene here. It's on Fraser Street, right around the corner from Fraser Street Commons, the coffee shop. And yeah, it's kind of a neat addition. Old-timey truck and kind of a farmer's market scene. All right, the Graduate Hotel right behind me here, next to a loud construction site right now at the moment, has two murals. This one is called We Are All One. Nice little Penn State nod there and some blended faces, kind of cool idea. I'll take you around to the other side of the building. It's a long quote on the other one. If you want a path, you'll find one. But isn't it better sometimes to wander and just be happy to be here? I like it. All right, I think that's it. I'm heading for home now. Thanks for following along. What did I miss? I got more than 20, but it's certainly possible that there's something out there that I'm forgetting about. It's fun to live in a town that's got so much public art. And there was recently an announcement that in honor of the United States' 250th birthday, there'll be more public murals happening here this summer. Can't wait to see what's in store.